Hello, I'm Philip Stoten. I'm here at Semicon West in San Francisco, and I'm joined by Subodh on the booth of Cyberoptics. Thanks for taking the time to join me. Start by telling me a bit about the slogan that you've launched here and a bit about the trends in the business at the moment.
Sure, thanks. What we have, fundamentally Cyberoptics is a 3D sensing technology company, and what we have done is developed several kinds of precision optomechanical sensors that are very fast. We service three verticals: SMT, semiconductor, and general purpose metrology. What we have in the show here is the focus on our semiconductor vertical. And in specific, we have two types of sensors that we have developed for the semi industry. One in wafer form factor, everything from 150 millimeter to 450 millimeter form factor wafers, and reticle form factor. We service historically, or for the last few years, we have been servicing 5 applications: leveling, teaching, vibration, particle, and gapping.
Right.
What's new in this show, and we are excited about, is in addition to those 5, we have launched a new kind of sensor we call AMS, Auto Multi-Sensor, and that can measure humidity in addition to leveling and vibration, all combined in the same sensor. And at the same time, we have reduced the thickness down to 3.5 millimeter instead of the historic 6.3 millimeter, enabling many more tools that can accept this sensor now.
What demand has driven you to develop the sensing of humidity?
Sure. Fundamentally, humidity has been a concern to the semi industry for a long time. I mean, humidity means oxygen, and oxygen means oxidation of your silicon, and silicon dioxide is an insulator. So nobody wants that if you want a conductive surface, obviously. So humidity has always been a concern. Oxidation has always been a concern in the industry. What is new is, particularly with the advent of FinFET technology, even the small amount of oxidation that can have catastrophic results, because now you have a vertical fin, and even the small oxidation can lead to devastating yield and productivity issues. So advent of FinFET, along with other issues, drove the need to measure humidity in situ, on the spot, just before the wafer enters the processing area. So that's what is driving the demand for humidity measurement. We heard about this about a year ago or so from customers saying, could you take your existing wafer sense or reticle sense, which they like because it communicates in real time what's going on inside the tool, and they said, can you take that information and add humidity in addition to that? And that's what we have developed here, and we are excited about.
And are you first to market with a humidity sensor?
As far as I know, I mean, there are off-the-shelf humidity sensors, obviously.
But within the product.
But as far as we know, within a wafer or a reticle communicating real time, we are the first ones to introduce something like that. And that's what's getting us a lot of excitement among the customers.
And that excitement is because they're improving yield as a result of that. What kind of yield improvement will they see?
Well, I mean, they're very secretive about what the issues are, of course. Nobody wants to admit that they are having oxidation issues causing yield problems. But from the requests that we are getting requests from the very high-end fabs dealing with extremely small devices and with FinFET kind of technologies. So we can see that the need is extremely high in people who are doing extremely advanced structures. And doesn't mean the older fabs with the bigger structures don't care about it, but it's just that the newer fabs and the newer devices need it more than the older ones.
Seeing a much greater demand. And what's the feedback been like at the show this week? You've been here a couple of days. What kind of people have you seen?
We have seen steady traffic all along, yesterday and today both. A lot of customers, certainly US-based fabs. That is always good to see. That's what this show is all about. But what has been a pleasant surprise is the number of Asian and European customers. So by definition, that means they are visiting the show, which is always good. But I'm very pleasantly surprised to see their strong interest and immediate requests for demos and product availability information and even quotes and stuff like that. So that has been a pleasant surprise.
And do you see it as predominantly a product for the Asian market or for the US or just global?
I believe it's global. I think it's more for the advanced fabs and not as much for the older fabs. So I think it's more with the who has got the newer fabs and who's dealing with the newer transistors.
Who's dealing with the really fine lines. Fantastic. Well, thanks very much for your time. Thanks for talking to me.
Thank you.
And I hope the rest of the show is equally successful.
Thank you.
Thanks.